All right, let's jump right in. Today we're going to talk about something that, man, I really wish somebody had told me this when I was younger. It is a total game changer, and I'm really excited to get into it with you.
So, I want to start by asking you a question, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Are you in control of your money, or is it in control of you? Just think about that for a second. Because, that one question, it's the key to everything we're going to cover.
Look, for me, I had to learn all of this stuff the hard way. And when the penny finally dropped, it was a massive, massive wake-up call. It didn't just change how I saw money. It changed how I saw, everything. Work, life, the future. So what I'm hoping to do today is give you the shortcut that I wish I'd had. Okay, so let's dive into the core idea here. Before we get into any of the how-to stuff, the practical steps, we first have to get super clear on the what. What are we even talking about? And honestly, what's even more important than that is figuring out your why. That's the feel that's going to get you through all of this.
And notice that key word there, forced. This is not about just stopping work and sitting on a beach. Unless that's your thing. It's really about getting the power to choose. But let's be super honest with each other. This is a long haul. We're talking maybe 10 years, sometimes more. And that's exactly why your why has to be so strong. It's got to be what you hold on to when the going gets tough.
All right, so let's flip this around. Let's talk about the problem that this whole idea of financial freedom is designed to solve. For way too many people, money isn't a tool that builds things. It's a cage. It feels like a trap that dictates our choices and puts these invisible fences around our lives, sometimes in ways we don't even see.
So here's a little thought experiment for you. Be honest. If you won the lottery tomorrow, like life-changing money, would you still show up to your same job on Monday? That gut reaction you just had? Yeah, that tells you almost everything you need to know about your relationship with your work and with money.
And for a lot of us, if we're being real, the answer is a hard no. And what that shows is this really stark reality, right? That for many people, work is about survival. It's not about passion. We're just caught on this treadmill where the main goal is paying the bills, not finding any real purpose or fulfillment.
And listen, this isn't just about your 9 to 5. These financial chains, they wrap around your whole life. They're the reason you might feel stuck in a job you hate or in a city you don't really love. They're that constant, low-grade hum of stress about bills. They can even be the spark that starts those awful fights about money with the people you love. It's that feeling of just treading water, living paycheck to paycheck and never, ever getting ahead.
And this quote, man, this one hits hard. Be careful you don't fall into the trap of getting old before you get rich. It's a serious warning, especially if you're younger, because without a real plan, this is exactly what can happen. You just work and worry, and then one day you look up and realize your best years are in the rearview mirror. The time to actually do something about it, it's right now.
Okay, so if that's the trap, then financial freedom is the key. It's the way out. But what does that freedom actually look like in real life? I think the answer is going to surprise you.
This is where we gotta bust a huge myth. We see it on social media all the time, right? The idea that freedom means being super rich, with the mansion, the Lambo, the whole 9 yards. That's not it. The reality is, it's simpler, and honestly, way more powerful. It's about having true choice. It's about getting to a point where you have enough money to say no to things that drain your soul, so you have the space to say yes to the things that actually matter to you.
There's this classic story about a super successful business owner. The guy was rich by any definition, but he felt totally trapped. He had hundreds of employees, a massive operation. He couldn't just stop. He couldn't walk away. It's such a perfect example of how having a ton of money doesn't mean you have the one thing that's actually priceless, and that's freedom.
And this right here, this quote, is basically the entire philosophy in a nutshell. Live a few years like most people won't, so you can live the rest of your life like most people can't. What's that mean? It means you make a conscious choice to do things differently for a while. You make choices that your friends might not get. They might even think you're crazy, but you're not doing it for them. You're doing it because you're building a future for yourself with a kind of freedom that most people will, frankly, never experience.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. A 10-year journey? That sounds huge. It sounds overwhelming. And I get that. But this is not some fuzzy, vague dream. It's not hope for the best. There is a real path here, a clear framework with actual steps you can take.
And this is maybe the most important part, the thing that everybody gets wrong. This journey is not about being miserable and sacrificing everything for 10 years. Absolutely not. The amazing thing is, the second you make this mental shift, the moment you decide to take control, your life starts getting better right away. You feel less stressed, you start making better choices. Happiness isn't some prize at the finish line. It's something you build along the way.
So the whole roadmap, it really rests on 3 main pillars. Super simple. Number 1, getting your mindset right. That's the foundation. Number 2, figuring out your freedom number. That's the actual real dollar amount you're aiming for. And number 3, taking that huge number and breaking it down into small, actionable milestones you can actually hit. Now, we're going to break all these down in future explainers, but for now, just know that's the path.
So where do you even begin? What's step 1? Okay, I want you to forget about the spreadsheets, forget about the budgeting apps, just for a minute. The whole thing, this entire life-changing journey, it starts with one simple but really powerful decision that you make right now in your head.
Because at the end of the day, it really just comes down to this. There are 2 paths. You can stay on the path you're on, the default setting, and just let money manage you. And we've seen where that often leads: stress, limitations, feeling out of control. Or you can take the other path. You can make the active choice to manage your money. And that's the path that leads to freedom, to choice, to living with real intention. It is a fundamental fork in the road.
Everything else, the 10-year plan, that freedom number we talked about, all the steps, none of it matters without this one thing. It all hangs on this single moment of decision. The choice to change your perspective and finally take the driver's seat. So I'm going to leave you with the same question we started with, but hopefully now it has a little more weight. Will you choose to manage your money, or will you let it keep managing you? The choice, as they say, is yours. Thanks for tuning in.